This is a glimpse into my life. Life with Eric.
Eric's here.
And I'm Kiley.
And I'm Eric.
Okay, I think we know who you are.
Oh.
TGIF.
It's Friday?
Thank God it's February.
Oh, February, yeah. Right.
There's just been like tragedy after tragedy in January for the nation.
Say tragedy, Rose,
Tragedy.
Again. Oh, okay.
I know.
I couldn't tell what you're saying. Twadity.
Was it just me? I know like my work people have agreed with this. Did February just seem to like drag on and be like the longest month ever?
Let me correct you. January.
You
said February.
Oof, January.
Good thing I'm here. The brains of the operation is here.
I get.
I had a weird note when I was looking because we this week for some reason we have nothing for the podcast. And I was looking through my notes,
see if I had anything. Blame January.
And one of my notes said, "Kylie's the only one who knows how to read," and I don't know what that meant. Why did I put that in my notes? What were we reading?
Probably something. I'm only because I think it was because I was looking up stuff the other day, like finding things, and you're like. You had your phone in your hand, and you're like, well, what does it say? What does it do? Do this. I'm like, look it up on your own phone.
Oh, is that why I said that?
Like, read the article.
Yeah. I don't really read. I get dictated. A lot of times I'll get a text. She goes, what does it say? I'll go, read it to me.
You have done that.
I know
the other day I might have been like slightly stalking somebody for you. And
stalking? I don't do
kind
that.
of.
Don't let
I was. And I find out these very simple information by a simple Google search. And you're like, how did you know that? How'd you find that? How did you know his last name? I'm like, it's the easiest thing ever.
Just want you to do it for me.
Right. And then you're like, take my phone out of my hand and look at it and then ask me questions that I can't answer because you took my phone.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, back to January, dear. Back to January. What were you saying about January?
It's been like the longest month ever. It feels like the longest month ever.
Because it's my birthday month?
No, just like, I don't work seemed to like drag. Like how many like disastrous things could happen this month? Like,
well, they changed over the presidency and we had all these
It was just
fires,
long and I'm ready for
crashes.
like a new month and hopefully like a restart on the year because
February's already going by fast.
I know it's the second.
I know. This will post on. When's this going to post?
6 more weeks of winter also. Paxitani Phil told us this morning.
What's that mean?
Today's Groundhog Day.
Oh, today is Groundhog Day.
Oh, my God. What month are we in? See? It's just dragging on.
February.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 6 weeks of winter. That's not.
And pretty much she says that every year.
Winter hasn't even fucking started.
I know. We haven't.
Right
even
now, it's blowing like crazy. It's clear skies, blowing like crazy.
A storm is blowing
and
in.
We're supposed to be getting all this precipitation. Even yesterday, we got nothing.
We got a little,
garbage.
Not a lot.
Garbage. We got ski passes. Why do we get ski passes?
I have no idea.
Why?
We can't go skiing.
How many times have you been this year?
0.
Oh, okay.
You've been more than me.
I've been twice.
Yeah.
I wanted to go this last Friday, but what was going on?
We had.
It was really windy or something too.
We had a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah, because I'm a fair weather. I love skiing, but I'm a fair weather. I like skiing in the nice weather.
I think you're a fair weather everything.
Right. Actually, that's true. Like, I used to be able to go and go to a football game and get all bundled up and watch it. Now I'm like, I don't want to go to that.
I'm going to stay inside.
Yeah, I'll watch it in the bar or I'll watch it at the house.
I feel like half the time you're like, just stay home. Like, let's just stay home. You're becoming a homebody.
Right.
I mean, it's fine. The dog likes it.
If only I could move Los Compadres into my house.
like those football players have Taco Bell in their house?
Yeah.
Maybe if they would just deliver it to you.
Well, yeah. No, I don't want it delivered. I want it exactly hot.
Fresh from the...
I would cook them in my kitchen, yeah.
Okay.
I love that commercial, though. It's with Devontae Adams from the Raiders, he's on the Jets.
Oh.
But he pulls up with his golf cart, and people are playing golf in the background outside. And the Taco Bell guy goes, you have a golf course in your house? He goes, I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Right.
And then the guy
Would
gives
you
him
enjoy a Taco Bell in your house?
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Whoever
thought of that, yeah. I'm one of those people. I love Taco Bell.
I think a lot of people actually do. They just know they should not eat it, and
it's
they
not
don't.
that bad for you. How could it be?
It's actually of all the fast foods, it's the best one for you.
How do you know that?
They've done studies.
In-N-Out's not included in fast food, is it?
I don't think so.
But they're greasy. Taco Bell, if they're meat and stuff, it's mostly tofu.
They
so how
said
could
it's
it be
like
that
half
bad?
tofu, right?
How could it be that bad for you?
It's like the least like caloric stuff, like, and you can take it down so it's like they have like that Baja menu or something that's just like pico de gallo and whatever meat you pick, and so it's like you can make it like less.
I mean, I would agree. In the old days, they used to use real cheese, and now I don't know what they use. It's like plastic or something.
I mean, I think it's cheese, but I think they like coat it in like a preservative.
It's something weird. It's not real.
Yeah.
It used to be really shreddy, fine cheese. And
I mean, it is, but it's like
would
but it's like if you ever buy like the pre-shredded cheese at the store, it's like that too. They like put it like a coating on it so that it like will not go bad.
Here's a good example. If you grate cheese at home and you do the fine one,
sticks together.
You pinch it and it makes a solid ball.
Yeah, they like put like
at Taco Bell, you pinch it, it falls apart.
Well, and see,
in the old days, I used to get a tostada,
and they would be all melty.
And I would get extra cheese because I love cheese. That's why my cholesterol's out the roof. I would get extra cheese, and that was the shreddy good cheese. You stick it together, and it would be a big deal, like 50 cents more at that time.
Fresh
because
cheese.
No, I want extra fucking cheese.
Well,
now if you get extra cheese, it's 2 drops of this generic bullshit. So don't get it.
You don't often bake with or make anything with like a cheese thing, like whatever. You're not a big cooker.
Let's just go out on the limb and say I don't bake. Period.
Right. So a lot of things, if you're gonna make a recipe that has cheese in it, you usually will put in like a tablespoon of flour in the shredded cheese that coats it so that it like disperses evenly and stuff.
So it doesn't make a ball.
Yes.
Oh.
And so I think that's kind of almost what they're doing, but I'm sure it's not just flour.
It's like freeze-dried milk.
Something probably,
It's kind of white, almost like wax on it almost.
Right.
It's
so
weird.
It's probably started off as real cheese.
I mean, is the lettuce real? The lettuce is cheap.
Lettuce
that
is
should
real.
be real.
I don't think you can fake that.
But it can't, what I'm saying is it can't be that bad for you.
It's the best of the fast foods.
Right.
Of the fast, but depending on probably what
the beans are probably just lard.
Well, refried beans are made with lard.
Yeah,
That's
so their beans are real lard.
You can get black beans though.
I hate black beans.
Okay, well then you're eating the lard.
Yeah, I'd rather eat the fucking lard.
But that's what they're saying is that you can get options so that it is the healthier of the fast foods.
Yeah, but I mean, man, it's always good, and I don't get it very often, but I
if
always want to.
You're
when I drive by a Taco Bell, I crave it.
Oh my God, I like drive by one every day.
That's the fatty in me. Just like
this is a good question. It's a big night of drinking, you've been out. What would be, if anything was open, whatever? What would be your go-to drive-through choice after a night of drinking?
I would always go to pizza, Round Table.
Oh, okay.
But if not, it would be yes.
It's not really a drive-through.
It would probably be Taco Bell or Del Taco.
Okay, so you like a Mexican,
a Mexican,
late night Mexican,
not a burger or nothing.
Right. If you could never live in like New York.
No.
You'd be fat.
Why?
And have a heart attack because you'd eat pizza like every night. You'd be like, I'm hungry.
Oh, pizza, yeah, pizza.
You'd like walk by a pizza place and grab one every time.
Right. Especially if it's a good pizza place. Oh man. I love pizza.
So thank God we don't live in New York.
I still want to do that. I was talking with the Waynes, remember?
Tour?
Yeah, I still want to go to Jersey. Not New York, Jersey.
No, Jersey has like its own pizza.
They have their own culture, and it's supposedly better from what I hear.
I could see that.
But
they have to work a little harder.
Yeah,
in Jersey,
and then
because they don't have the.
But I mean, we probably do both because
go in for the day.
We probably stay in New York and then go into Jersey.
I think we'd stay in Jersey
and go into New York for the day
because you can't like rent a house in New York. And that's the whole point.
Stay in a hotel.
No, we don't want to do that.
I do.
We don't. The Waynes don't.
Oh, they don't?
Because that's the point is we have the house and it's like the camaraderie and the fun.
Right. We could get like a flat in New York, maybe.
I don't know with enough bedrooms and stuff. For like a 20 grand.
Well, if I put my thing in and it says New York, then we stay in New York. If I put my thing in and it says Jersey, we stay in Jersey.
Mel's going to push you outside of New York, just so you know. And she's also in the books, the houses. So
we're also going to stay in a hotel because that'll be my choice.
The point.
I like when we just stay in hotels.
But it's not as fun.
No, it isn't as fun because we're usually goofing around and that kind of thing. So, all right, it doesn't matter. We got off track. January was a disastrous month.
Disastrous.
All kinds of weird shit happened in January, man. But yeah, it's over. February's already going to fly by, and then we're going to be in March, and then, like you said, winter's over.
Summer, done.
Good. I'd rather have spring and summer any day.
I mean, I do enjoy the warmth.
But we got to get some skiing days in, though.
I think we will.
Can we go next Friday?
It's supposed to snow like all week, I think.
I mean, next Friday's our day. Make it happen.
This coming Friday,
Yeah, this coming Friday, yeah.
I think I'm clear. I got to check my sketch.
Clear. All clear. My schedule's been busy lately. Jeez Louise. But yeah, these winds that we're having here, like 50 miles an hour, and you said the winds for the LA fires like 100 gusts.
Of like 80 to 100. So I'm like, oh my God, it had to have been so bad when that was happening.
And our house is like creaking.
Oh my God, I for sure thought there was an earthquake last night because it like moved that. And like it literally kind of moved through the house like an earthquake does. Because anyone that's never been through an earthquake, the ground kind of like rolls.
You kind of hear it first, though.
So you kind of hear it first, and then you you can hear it roll through the house. Like it doesn't hit the house at one time. It kind of
Right.
like rolls through. And the wind did that last night. I was like, is that an earthquake? Because it
Last
started at the
night,
front and like rolled back.
We both stopped and looked at each other silently.
We're like,
I was
earthquake?
no, that was the wind. Yeah. It is almost like the same effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, dear, I found it funny. You went out with your work girls
I did.
on Friday
I
night.
did. Yep.
And I don't know what you guys do. Talk about probably gossip about
oh,
people
yep.
at work or
Yep.
whatever. But I found it really funny. And I don't know what you told me is what girl at work said what I did
Not
for a
one of the
living?
ones I went out with.
Oh, it wasn't?
But
Okay.
No. It was a newer girl.
Like I laughed my ass off at this.
She was at the Christmas party, but she was like brand new at that point.
I don't know.
So you wouldn't know who she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember anybody's names. Really.
So she was just kind of like asking me kind of like questions about you, which get to know people, which is fine, not a big deal. And she was like,
people say he's old, but he looks so young. Is that what she's saying?
She thought I was like 33 or something, and I was like, "You're amazing."
Oh.
Also,
That's good.
I was like,
10 years younger. I like to think I'm 10 years younger.
Yeah. So she was like, I don't know why. When I told her what you did like as a career, and she's like, I don't know why, but I thought he was a plastic surgeon. And I was like, does he look like a?
Do you know what I think
Do you
of?
look like a plastic surgeon?
Do you know that movie with Adam Sandler and
oh my god, I just
Brooklyn
watched
Decker?
that last week.
Yeah, and they have his friend in the house, and he has a smooth face with the big giant teeth, and he's the plastic surgeon. I thought of that guy. I go, does she think it's because my teeth are so white that I'm a plastic surgeon?
You just look like you take care of yourself.
Yeah, you just look like I do a lot of skin care.
I'd be like,
or something.
I would have probably a lot more procedures done if he was.
Botox.
I'd be like, bring it on.
Yeah.
Give me the free shit.
I still want to get that thing under my chin. Not a plastic surgery, but
no, it's like a
whatever Janine
is it a
does.
laser?
It's some kind of laser that gets away your waddle.
Yes, she said to do it. Call her.
Because when I do auditions, I have to do
can't remember
profiles.
what it's called anymore.
And I do a profile, and all I stare at is the waddle.
Well, call her. It
Like,
wasn't that
always-
expensive.
She says $150 a
Oh
time.
my god, that's nothing.
I mean, it's not nothing.
I mean, in the comparison of like a lipo on your chin,
We're trying to budget here, you know.
lipo would be like $6,000.
I'm
So
not gonna lipo anything.
why?
I don't need it that bad.
Maybe you do.
I don't like.
Suck that fat
I don't
out.
like
Suck that chin fat out.
anesthesia and stuff like that.
Oh,
Do they put you asleep if you lipoed your chin?
I think that they do still. They don't want you moving.
Yeah, they want. And they if you ever seen it on TV, they're
Oh
rough.
my
It's
God,
like
they're-
"Row."
I know.
It's like reaming your chin.
I just
out.
think of like when I got my septoplasty,
Yeah.
that I was so sore for like a week. Like my chest, my like traps, like
Yeah, when you had your nose done.
yeah.
Because they're like standing on your shoulders.
I was
probably.
like I think I was just like strapped down, like
Doctor was probably
stretched out, and I was
fondling
like,
your breast.
well, there's nurses
I
there.
don't know. They have those guys that have their way with their patients. Like they
No.
send the nurse out, and then
I don't think they.
the
sent
patients
nurse
wake
out.
up with weird taste in their mouth.
I was at a surgery center.
Well,
I
I'm
wasn't
just
at
making
the
sure.
office.
And where were your shoulders sore?
My whole chest was sore. I think I was strapped down.
Why'd you have these weird bruises on your
I
like
did
long
not-
little bruises
I
on your
did
face?
not
where
have
you got, like,
bruises,
slapped
actually.
by
You were
something?
not even around for that.
I wasn't even around when that
I
happened.
didn't even know you.
Do you know who is definitely not getting plastic surgery? These guys.
This segment of Life with Eric is brought to you by
430 National.
Great American Storage
America.
and Reno Yard.
For all your outdoor storage needs. It'd be kind of fun being a plastic surgeon. There's no way these doctors don't perv.
Oh, they got
Because
it.
you got to, I don't care
You're
if
just
you're,
looking at like boobs all day, especially if you're a really good like boob plastic surgeon.
yeah, boob or, I mean, some plastic surgeons do like, the lips.
Labiaplasties.
Yeah.
They do.
That one's not as attractive. Who wants to do
know.
that?
Right.
Like, that's like working in a meat factory or something.
Okay, gross.
That's like, yeah. But I mean, I guess
I know.
what's not as attractive.
Maybe
I mean,
you
do
could have
eyes
been a
and stuff.
plastic surgery, but then you probably would have gotten your license revoked for being pervy.
No, I'd be professional.
Oh, you would?
I would just take it home in my brain.
Ew.
Well,
Well, just think of though, you're also seeing a lot of boobs before they're done. So you probably remember the old boobs.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
the
I
saggy-
understand the allure isn't there, but you probably see a lot of attractive women with their clothes off. No matter what, you're still a man, unless you're
You also see a lot of
Woman one.
saggy boobs
right.
because you're seeing them before.
Well, no, you see that, but they still, a lot of these women probably have that from having kids, and they have nice bodies and everything.
Right, that's true.
I don't
They
know.
do a lot of mommy makeovers.
Right.
So you see a lot of the befores. You got to remember that's in there too.
Right.
The befores, not
Yeah.
just the afters.
And they see what they can do with it and make it
Right.
better. So, but still, I'm sure they get a little pervy once in a while.
I think any man would get pervy. So
Right.
you guys are pervs.
That's like when you're a woman, you'd rather go to like a female gynecologist.
Would, yes.
Yeah, but,
I
but a
also
lot of them are male.
I know. I also personally feel like that a male doesn't have the same parts, so it's kind of hard to describe some of the like what's happening if they don't really know what's going on because they're like, I don't have that. I don't know what you do. I don't know what it feels like.
Not a hunt. Yeah, like my boobs are sore.
Yeah, or like
okay, what do they feel like?
right?
You don't really.
Yeah.
You don't
So
really
that's
know.
why I also like a female for that because it's like you understand what I'm talking about.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But
You don't want a male doctor, even though they can be like, oh, I get it. My balls hurt too.
Right.
But that you don't like.
no. I don't want that. No, I wouldn't like being a plastic surgeon. I don't like doctor stuff.
You don't like blood and
You know what? I
guts
wouldn't
and-
want to be in a fluorescent lit room seeing patients, and then also in a fluorescent surgery thing where you have to be perfectly scrubbed clean all the
Yep.
time and all this stuff. So it sounds like an environment I wouldn't want to be in. Like it seems like a kind of like a gross environment for me. I don't like being an ER doctor sounds horrible. Like you're always
Oh.
in those green hallway type things.
Oh yeah, the lighting in a
with the
hospital is not
lights,
good. In
and
the
then-
surgery
and
rooms,
you
they have
this-
like a good
and you have
light.
that sanitary smell and
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
very, very chemically
yeah.
smells.
I mean, to me, in my head, it smells like formaldehyde to me.
Ew, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, it's like,
It's
oh
not
my god,
There's
yeah.
no formaldehyde in a
I
surgery
know, but that's what
center.
in my head I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of like brains and hearts floating in a jar.
Okay.
That's what I
That's
what I
in
think
a
of.
morgue.
I know, but that's what I think of in a hospital too.
It's a real good thing you aren't in the medical field.
I would never be in the medical field. It sounds like the most horrid job in the world to me. You know, we need doctors and everything, and it's great, but
You're not one of them.
yeah, I would not want to work in that environment.
All right.
And just as a doctor, wouldn't want to go out and do concrete. or
I was
lay
going to say a
pavers.
doctor would probably rather do anything but go
Right.
pour some concrete.
So yeah, that's definitely not me. If anything, I would sell this stuff. Honey, guess what time it is?
Happy hour?
Yep, I made your favorite Juicy Tits Vodka cocktail.
Fantastic. Thanks, babe. Love you.
And I love you. And your Juicy Tits.
Go to juicytitsvodka.com to get your own bottle of Juicy Tits, where life is the party.
Maybe I'll be a salesman. When Lauren's on, she's gonna be on next
oh,
week.
you're going to offer to.
I'm gonna say, hey, do you want me to be a sales rep?
Be a West Coast
Yeah.
sales rep?
How do I do it? What do I got to do? Wear a low
Travel?
cut top
Oh, God.
with no bra.
I mean, you daily, you show a cleavage.
What do you mean?
You show ass cheek cleavage.
Oh yeah, doesn't count.
Yeah.
Juicy ass.
Yeah.
Can I start selling juicy ass vodka?
That sounds horrible. But
That'll be mine.
yikes.
It'll just be the bottle with a butt crack hanging out.
Which I don't know the answer. I could
I give back to colon cancer
Oh,
instead
there
of
you
breast
go.
cancer.
Which I'll
10%
ask
to
Laura
colon
next
cancer.
week. And I've never actually seen it on the West. Do they sell juicy tits on the West Coast?
I don't know the answer.
I
to
know.
that.
I got to ask Laura. Make a note on that because I will forget.
I'm putting West Coast.
I haven't seen it. I have to admit I haven't looked very hard either.
No, I haven't seen like on a shelf or
But I
something.
haven't- yeah.
They're just getting barely
No, I
distribution.
know. So maybe we
out
can help
there.
them out on the West Coast.
I would like to. I mean, they should stock it, and I don't know what kind of. I don't know. I'm not really.
I mean, they should definitely stock it in a strip club
yes.
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Or at that new place, Twin Peaks.
Right.
That would be good. And I'm writing down here colon cancer, 10%.
Oh, no.
So I remember.
Remember what to ask her that?
Yeah, so in case I wants to start selling juicy ass vodka.
Oh, you're going to make like maybe
Yeah,
that could be a
spin-off-
flavored vodka.
A spin-off in the cans. Psh,
Who wants to drink?
juicy ass.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Says you a picture of mine on there. Oh, it's disgusting.
Don't put yours on there.
No, it has to be a nice plump one.
Yeah, yours
Nice
isn't
plump
plump
tan.
anymore.
Nice plump tan one.
Yapies.
When's the last time you've been by the pool, dear? Speaking of tan.
Oh God, I don't know.
You didn't even go out all
Palm
summer. I
Springs.
don't know why I care about even saying this, but
I know where's this coming from.
barely in Palm Springs. Because I said nice tan one,
Oh.
and I look at you and you're
Well, it's not
tan.
exactly tan season.
Well, we'll see. I know we're not even going anywhere or anything. That's why I want to go to. That's why I want to go to Key West.
To
So
get
we get
a
a little-
winter tan.
Yeah, get a little sun, winter tan,
Get
and
a
that
spray
cancel out.
tan.
Yeah, it's just a little safer, probably getting a spray tan.
Is
I
it
guess.
though? Are these chemicals? I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah,
You
I
could
don't know.
probably fight for either.
Anyway, hey, you know what we were talking about January and February?
Yeah.
February 1st starts the new plan to the government workers have to return to work. There's no stay home people.
Yeah. How? I mean, when did that go into effect? Like the 20th or something? Like when did they
the
pass
20th.
that? Okay. I feel like that's not giving the states a lot of time to get it together.
Well, I'm sure they have to do it. Maybe state to state has implement, but
'Cause
there's
they
a lot of
also-
states that
I
are
mean-
going to fight it. But
Right.
me personally, and everybody who's going to do this is going to be bad. I'm against working from home because I believe even if you do get as much done at work, that means you'll get extra stuff done. You don't just need to get your
'cause
your job
there's
done.
literally zero like home distractions. Because like I think about like if I worked from home, I'd be like, oh fucking Nora, let's play. I actually would be a horrible person to work from home.
Yeah, and then also you'd be watching Housewives
I would have
all
Housewives
day.
on.
Yeah.
I would be like, Nora, what are you doing? I'd be like, I need a snack because I have a little ADD. So I'd be like, I need a break.
Mhm.
Let's like if I'm at work now and I'm on the computer, I just go like walk down the hallway and walk back, or like find a different task to do and like
Well,
go back.
Everybody that I know that works from home, they say, "Oh yeah, I get all my work done in like 2 hours."
And they just fuck around there.
Yeah, and they might have to have their computer on or there,
Right.
but they can do their work in like 2 hours. So they go, "Well, I'm getting my job done," but
think how
when
much
you're
more you
at
could be getting
work,
done.
you get extra stuff done, and you're talking
And you're
with
helping
colleagues.
people. I
and
know
you're
there's
helping
like a
people
social
out.
aspect that I think
but
would
also,
be nice.
also you have an idea and you implement another idea right then instead of just getting your work done. The
Right.
minimum. That means I just do the minimum to get my job.
That's a
Most
valid point.
employers like an employee who does extra,
That's true.
like not just your job.
That's true.
So when you're in the office, you
You
tend
get
to,
extra done.
I got all my stuff done.
Oh,
I'll help you out with that.
or oh, we have
Or-
to do this. Okay, I'll take it on.
Or I'll work on this little side project because
Yeah.
I'm here for more hours.
That's true.
When you're at home, and I'm sure there's an exception. Some people,
I mean, there's exception to every rule.
to every rule, but most people don't. They're like, I
Right.
get all my shit done in an hour and a half, no more for no, and that's it.
Right.
I just did my job barely. I
That's a
barely just did
valid
the.
point.
I went just to the line, not over the line with my job, enough to not get fired and make my boss happy. And he thinks or he doesn't knows whatever that I can do 2 hours work in 8 hours, which
Right.
it's just like when you were doing a homework as a kid, you could get it done really fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it might not be the
You
best
bitch
'cause
about
you just
it.
want
Like,
to get it. Yeah, because you might
it's
not.
gonna take me hours and it took you 10 minutes because
Yeah.
you actually sat down and did it.
Yeah, we don't take the extra. Boom. You
I'm
take the extra
wondering-
thing at school when you're in
Yeah.
class and go to a different group or ask the teacher. But at home, you kind of just get it done.
I'm wondering how many of these like these states, counties, cities, whatever, like got rid of like their buildings and their desks and their everything in this COVID, thinking we're never coming back. So let's just sell the building or let's sell all the equipment.
Well, apparently in Washington D.C., tons of buildings are sitting empty,
because they own them
and
still.
and a lot of the businesses are suffering and closing down, the restaurants and stuff, because no one's taking lunch.
Right. Because
you're
no
not
one's
having
around.
lunch
Yeah.
meetings. Yeah,
Well,
you just
that's, I mean, so it's actually
Uh-huh.
ends up helping like a big
the whole
the
community.
whole. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that's a
and
plus.
San Francisco had the same thing.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm wondering if a lot of these states, counties, cities, whatever, are like, oh shit, like we don't have the shit to like bring people back in. I mean, I'm sure, assuming they gave them all laptops. Bring your laptop. You might be
Right.
sitting in a folding chair till we get the office supplies in.
Right. And you can't tell me that, I don't care what you say, you'll never win this argument that your dog, let's just say, spills something on the ground on the floor of your house
Okay.
and you need to clean it up.
Right.
If you're at work, you would never clean that up, right?
I mean, I
No.
would.
If you were at work,
Like,
at your office,
and
you
you're-
wouldn't even know the dog did it.
Oh, right. Correct.
okay.
Correct.
You get home, be like, fuck, the dog just spilt all
Yes.
that stuff. Now I got to clean it up.
Right.
When you're sitting at home and
You're-
you're doing your work in front of your computer and you see the dog do it,
Right.
okay.
Let me stop and
I
go
take
clean
10
it up.
minutes.
and
I
to
go get
clean
the
up my-
resolve.
yeah.
I go get this.
Yeah.
You might have an earbud in, still on your conversation,
Right.
and you're cleaning it up. You're doing kill two birds with one stone. So when you're at work, and a lot of people, the opposite argument will be, well, I'm at work. I would just be bullshitting or talking with colleagues. I wouldn't be doing nothing anyway. We're going to get a cup of coffee or
Right.
something, But
And that also helps our socialization skills.
yeah. But it also helps to say,
And
what
we
are
need
you-
human contact in
Yeah.
life.
Human contact is real
They
important.
did a whole after COVID. There was like a thing that was like people do need that. Like people suffered because they didn't have that.
Right. But anyway, so it's going to be
wonder if-
interesting.
You
if
know
this
what I
really
would be
happens, it goes
interested to
down.
know is with people going back to the office, and I think a lot of companies are kind of following suit with this because even Aislinn said that her company they have to go back in the office 2 days a week. They can pick their 2 days, but they have to be in 2 days a week.
That's it.
Yeah,
Well, they're private, but it doesn't matter. But they
yeah.
still
So I'm wondering if a lot of private companies are going to kind of follow suit.
and slowly.
But
make
I would
it,
be
yeah.
interested to know if like the rates of like suicide, depression, anxiety drop with going back into an office.
I don't know, but I'd
I
probably say
don't know.
yes.
I'm like, because think about it. As much as you might not be best friends with the people you work with, you talk to somebody every day then. They see your face.
Yeah,
they
we
see
just
your mannerisms.
gossip.
They're like, what is going on with Tom over
Gossip,
there?
talk
Like,
about him.
he's like sulking and he's not really talking. Like
Yeah, he's
somebody's
crying all the time.
right. He keeps going to the bathroom. Like you figure out and they're like, you got to like, you might be helping somebody out.
Right.
So I'd be curious to know
Save a
if
life.
any statistics on that
Yeah,
change.
you save a life instead
Right.
of watch them.
Instead of like find them 3 days later because they committed suicide.
Wonder why they're not on their Zoom meeting.
Right.
Why isn't Tom on the
Yeah.
Zoom? I have no idea.
I'm intrigued. I would like to know if that's helpful or not.
Why does Tom sound like this?
Oh no.
You sound so good.
With this nasally old voice?
Yes, but it's so clean.
That's why we use Fibonacci Sound Studio, located in Reno, Nevada, led by an Emmy-nominated audio producer.
Fibonacci specializes in voiceovers and voice recordings for games, television, and film production.
So you're saying, if Fibonacci can make my nasally voice sound this good,
Then anybody else's will sound like music to your ears.
for more information or to book an audio session, go to FibonacciSoundStudio.com.
Or call 775-357-8580.
It's funny, last week on the podcast, my mom said, "What do you mean by that nasally old voice?"
Oh, you have
I'm
a
like, "This nasally old voice."
Right.
But
you got it.
anyway, mom was on the podcast last week, and we put a clip up of her doing the, "Oh, my voice is
She's trying to go high.
and trying to go high. A lot of people really like that. And that was
you're
really
like,
funny.
I don't understand why you can't go high and you have an accent when you
Jolly
do
old
it.
chap. Yeah. My dad never listens to the podcast,
Right.
but she made him listen to that, and he was busting up. He
Because
thought
you're
that
like,
was-
what are you doing?
that was pretty funny, you know.
was-
And then we did the whole thing too long, probably on last week's podcast with the bread gate, with my dad getting hit.
Right.
But my brother Matt he listened to the podcast, and he sent in a thing with a theory saying a bird went up at a very high altitude, dropped a piece of bread. It gained so much speed, it hit him in the eye on the way down. And as the bread fell, the bird followed it down. So after it hit my dad in the eye, the bird came down and took the bread and went away.
That is more likely than the other scenario, I think.
But
I'm not sure about that either.
But I did hear that my dad had a cut
Right.
on his eye.
A bread, I mean,
So
I'm more likely that a bird hit him.
bread gate.
This is a whole, I mean, I think we should request some video from the store. ABC. Can we
Yeah.
get the video surveillance?
I don't think so,
please?
because he was backed in by the hedge. I doubt they would even see him. But anyway, we're tired of talking about bread gate.
Right.
If Marcus had a whole theory too, and I don't know what it is yet because he's
Oh, you
on a
haven't heard
plane,
it yet?
or he's
Okay.
in Vacaville or wherever he is right now. But I got to talk to him and say, "What's
See
your
what's
theory?"
his theory.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't know the theory of this whole thing.
I know.
It's got our whole family into an uproar.
Because
I'm
I'm very logical, and like your mom for sure. I don't know about anybody else. I'm not going to say anybody else because I don't know. Are really like you'll hear whatever and believe it. You're like, oh
Right.
yeah, you got hit with a piece of bread
My
from a
mom believes
douchebag
it.
kid.
My mom 100%
I'm
believes
like,
it.
no, that doesn't make sense. Like physics doesn't make sense in this scenario. So I'm one to pick apart anything. You guys believe everything. So who
Right.
knows?
Yeah. Well, Matt's theory is not too bad. And then
Matt's makes
after,
more sense
after
than
he
the
sent
other.
that back, he sent a picture of a bald eagle flying with a loaf
Right.
of French bread. I
Right.
thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, Super Bowl's coming up. We got a week till the Super Bowl.
I know. What are we doing for the Super
And
Bowl?
I don't know. We'll probably go house party. Maybe Gretch said she might have people over.
Oh, she wants
New
to do like
house.
a little.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's check your new house out,
I'm
man.
down.
You came up with a weird, and we all know it's fucking Eagles. Who cares? And the Kansas City, most people do care. Is in the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and Patrick Mahomes is there again.
Yeah.
One thing about Patrick Mahomes, I mean, I like him, and I like the fact that he's proven to be a fucking winner. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, the guy's just
Not
good.
win?
Right.
You can throw the game and not win? Come on.
I
the
mean,
guy,
who wants to do that?
and he wins the close ones.
yeah.
He doesn't just
I mean,
win them. Brady used to do it too. They win the close
They're
ones.
just that good at their game.
That's the difference when you win the close ones.
right.
When it can go either way and you come out
and
on
you
top.
have 30 seconds and
That's-
you get
and
it done.
you get it done. That's the difference.
Right.
And kudos,
know.
good for them.
I know.
But I guess when they go to the Super Bowl, and we've seen this because Mahomes has been a few times,
right.
they rent a house for like their whole family. They rent a big old VRBO or
like the
something.
families. Yeah.
The families, or each family or whatever, close,
Yeah.
somewhat close to the stadium, and they all hang out there all week,
right.
which makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah. The players get there like a good week before.
They arrive today or tomorrow. Today, I think.
Yeah, I remember this from when they were in Vegas.
They might
That
have
was
got there
last year.
yes-
They
they
were in
might have got
Vegas
there
last year because
yesterday, yeah.
it was kind of like locally news for us. Like, oh, they're staying here. They're staying
Well, they have
here.
like 2 press days. They
Yeah.
have a day where everybody can see them, then a day of just press where they give
Yeah.
interviews to the press. Then they cut out the press,
and then
after
they
that.
just get in like the zone.
Yeah, then they have
whatever
walk,
that
then they
means
have
for
practice.
them. Yeah,
They have
get
private
the
practices.
fields and the area
yeah.
and the
But
acclimate.
But anyways, what they do is they bring their kids, families, everybody. And the one question that came up
I did.
is,
Yes, I didn't know.
this
I
was
forgot
good.
what I said about this.
Yeah, so let's just theoretically, let's just say last year they're playing in Vegas. So
Right.
they play the game, and after the game, the
You
Chiefs
always,
win.
right. Well, I will say this because they actually will always pretty much show Brittany Mahomes. She's a very popular one on like
Of course.
all like people will even do it.
Yeah.
Where they show her like giving Patrick Mahomes a kiss with the kids. Before the game.
Right. So this is what came up. The kids are there before the game. We
And
see
then-
them.
and then
Saquon Barkley, they showed his
Yeah.
family kissing
And
him.
then when they win the Super Bowl, they're all out with
and you
their
don't
kids
see 'em.
after.
Yeah, and then they go out with the
Right.
kids. So is there a daycare at the
There
Super
has
Bowl?
right. Where do the kids go
Or
during
are
the
the
game?
kids in the
'Cause
suite playing?
you never see the
Uh-uh.
kids, even when they pan to the suite. You never see the
They're all
kids
drinking and everything.
unless like maybe she might have the baby with her this time.
or do you
'cause
think they
she's
have
on
like
the
a
tit, but
motor, like a kind of like a motor home?
I
or
don't
a
know, like
bus?
where the kids got to be somewhat
Well, I mean, they have
close. I'm
nannies and
guessing,
everything. I
yeah.
get that, but or whatever. But are
They've
they
got to
like
be like an on-site
or do they
something
make a on-site daycare
for all the
for all the
players'
kids to play with they're so rich and stuff, bouncy houses, and they can have everything.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure if you think about
and
it,
then
the
maybe
owners.
the mom runs down at halftime and checks them
it,
out or
like,
whatever.
It benefits the owners for them to do it because fans love to see the
They want-
families.
they want the
the
kids
kids
out on
there,
the
so
field.
it benefits them to
Right.
have the kids around.
Right. I'll tell you this.
I'm
In the
gonna
old
research
days,
this.
in the old days, they never had kids.
Oh my god! Well, why
There
would
was
you
no
want
kids
to?
on
Why
the
would you
field.
want to bring a toddler
Right.
to a?
But they like
football
to bring the
game.
family aspect.
They like to show
and,
that,
yeah,
which
and
it is nice and it's
I do
cute.
like me personally. I do like seeing the kids.
It's cute,
And so
and
you
it
know,
humanizes the players.
It humanizes the players, and you like to see their wives, and you like to
Yeah.
see how happy they are.
So
and
I
everything,
would
but
like to know what
do they do
happens
with
to the
between time?
kids between between
That's an interesting
yeah.
topic, and maybe by next podcast we will have.
I know I got to do some research on this.
By next podcast, we could possibly have
an answer.
the answer to this.
I mean, because I'm also assuming all these wives have nannies anyways.
Okay. Well,
So
let's
maybe they
think
just
about
bring
this.
their nannies and they have an
Let's
area.
picture it was 30 years ago,
Okay.
and I have a couple little kids, and I'm a professional football player.
Okay.
And you got to bring the kids to the game to see me before the game.
Right.
What would you do?
Be like, please take the kids.
No. What would you do though? You'd say, "Well, everybody's gonna be going crazy. This is hectic."
I wouldn't
So
want my kids around all those
would
drunk
you
ass
say,
people.
I want a motor home
Yeah, I want a separate area where they can go.
because you can't go back to that. Or do you have a relative or a driver take all the kids back home?
But think of like the
right,
traffic and shit.
How do you get in and out of
Right,
the Super
and if
Bowl?
something happens,
and how do you
it's
get in and out of the stadium?
right,
Think about
it's
this.
such a
Security
nightmare,
is
yeah.
and security is a nightmare.
And they'll be good, which is good. But if
so the kids have to
they'd
stay.
stay in
There's
the-
no
in
way
the
they don't have
compound
they
somewhere.
have near the locker rooms. They must have conference rooms.
oh,
they
yeah.
turn into a playground.
or they have
play
a
for
des-
each, but each team.
I
has
would
a
think they would
designated-
kind of keep them.
Well, they wouldn't
separate.
keep them together. Each like behind the locker room, there's probably a
There's gotta
conference
be,
room or
right.
a video. You know, they always have the huge rooms in football stadiums to
Right.
look at.
There's got to be play areas for these kids.
Some of the kids are maybe 10 and older might.
I
stay
wouldn't
and
even
watch,
doubt if
but-
they have like monitors. You can like get into the app and watch your kids on the fucking thing
They're
while
all-
your husband's playing.
Right.
This day and age, there's
Yeah, you
gotta
already have
be.
your nanny with your own kids, and all the
Yeah.
nannies hang out, watch the game.
Right,
while
they're
the-
out the game on. They have
Yeah.
cameras. You can watch your kids and your nannies.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic. I mean,
gotta
I've
look into
never
this
actually
further.
heard what happens,
I know they don't.
and
talk about
they
it.
don't talk about it. The
I
kids
wanna
just
know.
magically appear.
They do magically appear.
They're not running. The kids don't. You got a 2-year-old not going to care
No,
about the game.
no, it doesn't give a
They
shit.
just want to play,
Yeah,
and they're probably tired. It's nighttime.
depending.
Super Bowl back east.
I don't
is
know if some of the
nighttime.
night games they go to the kids.
Well, Super Bowl starts at 6:30,
and at the Super Bowl they'll be at.
so it ends at 10 o'clock at night.
I mean,
but-
besides the big games, I don't know if the kids go
Right,
to all
so
of those.
This is something. If anybody knows this and wants
Right,
to tell us the answer,
I
but
gotta
I don't
do some
know
research on this.
I do not know the answer to this. The only thing I know is that Life with Eric podcast is brought to you by Petrilla Concrete Construction. What would Mark and Mel do with their kids?
Mm,
We'll see.
we should ask Mel. What would you do?
Yeah. And Michael Weems Collections on Palm Canyon
There you
Drive.
go.
And you can buy his shit at
MichaelWilliams.com. He just came out with a line of glassware, drinkware. Excuse me.
Did he?
Yes, but they sold out and they're restocked and they're pretty funny.
Oh, they have
It's
low.
like
They
a-
have
yeah,
name.
it's like
oh,
a
it's like
glass.
the coasters with
Yeah. One
like-
of them is like a Gucci bitch.
like a shit show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
they're cute. They just got
That's actually a
restocked.
good idea because those are good gifts.
I know. I was
I got
excited.
those for Justine one year,
Yeah.
saying this is a shit show or something like that.
They're funny. One is like Pink Pony Club.
Oh, really? That's funny.
can't remember what
If
the
you
other
like
one
this
is.
podcast, or even if you don't like us, rate us a 5. Follow us, subscribe to us, click the share button, and copy the link on Apple Podcast or
Yeah.
Spotify and share with a friend. It really helps us out a lot. So if you can do it, we will like that. We'll be
We'll like
happy
that.
with that.
I'm not ready to be done yet.
Go ahead.
We touched on it last week because The Bachelor started. How did you think of the new season of The Bachelor?
You want to bring that up right now?
Why
I guess
not?
so. I forgot about. I had it
Yeah.
written down here. We quickly through it, so we won't bore fucking people.
Right. Oh no, there's not a whole lot happening.
I thought all the girls were cute.
Aren't they always?
There wasn't no. Yeah, but some of them are. But all the girls were pretty cute.
Who's your favorite thus far? Who? I have 2 questions. Who is your favorite?
Well, I can't remember them now. I'm trying to
Okay.
think.
And then who do you
um,
think might win?
One, I
can't-
do like the one he picked, Alex.
Alex?
because I like how
She
she's
was
not
very,
a lot of
and
makeup,
very natural,
and she's
like,
very
yeah,
natural. And I think she's gonna be I mean, obviously a
up in
front
the
runner.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the top. And then, God, I can't even
I'm not
think
great with the names
of
yet.
another one yet.
There's one girl, and I usually don't talk much about like coworkers or anything, but it's an ex coworker, so I'm okay with it. That
Well, everybody
reminds
hated her anyway.
Yeah, that reminds me of an ex coworker that I hated. And this girl reminds me of her, like, a little bit in the looks, a lot in the mannerisms, how she talks. Like, I can't stand her. She'll get far because she's
Did
manipulative.
she go up to the next level?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll see her for a while.
Because they let 5 go.
Yeah.
So now
and
there's
so I'm like,
20.
like it's every time she comes on the screen, I cringe.
Oh, okay. So you just
But-
have that vibe.
Yeah,
yeah.
So we'll see how far she goes. I have to say, I called it on Kiley. Didn't even make it through.
Right? I
said,
don't remember.
I said he's not going to pick
We're gonna
her.
have more information on this as the
Yep.
he goes. We need to get less
Your
girls.
fuck me eye girls didn't make it either.
No.
Sorry, honey.
Yeah. This guy, he picked a weird variety of girls. I thought.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what are his picks? Like what? What? So maybe he's looking for something different.
I don't know.
Maybe he's
I
looking.
mean, it
for,
is real hard to like get. You know, you only have how long are you actually talking to each person?
Well,
not that
apparently, according to Guy, it actually is a long time.
Well, I know, but
can't-
you're not with that one person.
Yeah, the
though.
conversation. He has 25 separate
Right. So how much are you
conversations.
getting out of one person in
Yeah.
this time frame?
Right.
So
I don't know. We'll have to talk to Guy. I got to call him because I was going to give him a bottle of Juicy Tits vodka, and I'll just talk to him and see, hey, you watching?
Are you watching
I'm sure
the
he's
new
watching.
season?
I'm sure he is now.
I would.
You know,
We'll be watching
well,
anyway.
plus he can probably get invited to a lot of the parties. And
He
stuff
probably
after.
does because they do
Yeah.
have like the whole Bachelor Nation shit, and they invite everybody.
They
to
invite all the
everything.
Bachelor Nations, and then maybe he'll get on
Oh, maybe he'll
Paradise,
go to the-
Golden Paradise,
That would kind of be fun.
Golden Paradise. They
Yes.
would call it. That's what I would call it. Golden.
know.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll get invited to like the rose, like what is it after the rose, whatever they do on the ceremony or the
Right.
the season
Well,
finale.
If apparently Chalk and Joan are going to get married on TV.
They are.
I think so. And so he'll
that's
be
gonna-
invited to the
well,
wedding.
that's not going to work out. I hate to break it to you, Joan and Chalk.
Chalk.
It's done. They just put a nail in their coffin.
Nail in your coffin, Chalk.
Yep.
Okay,
Sorry.
Chalk. I just want to say Chalk.
I know.
But anyway, good for them. Whatever.
Right. Whatever.
They'll be watching the Super Bowl, I'm sure.
Isn't everybody? I feel people that don't even watch football watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, people like just like it's a good get together, good day for
Yeah.
a party. And apparently they're supposed to start at some point, going to have the day after the Super Bowl, President's Day.
It is what it is.
2 more
it's
years right now.
Not next year. It's 2026.
What they do is they have to add another week to the schedule.
what
so
it
they're
is-
going to add a 19th
well,
week or whatever.
I don't know
That's,
what it
that's
is.
what
but
they're going to do.
it-
I talked to Max about it. He knew about
yeah,
it.
so it started, which is actually kind of like this year, how President's Day and Valentine's Day fall on the same weekend. It's
Uh-huh.
kind of the same thing in 2026. So it's like February 16th will be, I think, the Super Bowl,
Right.
and then
And then whatever.
the
next day.
Presidency goes after. But I,
I
think
think
that
that'd be
they
great.
said that it's going to stay that way
Because
once.
no one wants to do shit the
Oh my
next
God.
day after the Super Bowl.
seriously,
Especially back east.
How many people say, I wish that the Monday after the Super Bowl was a holiday?
A lot.
Well, they're going to get it.
A lot. That'd be great. How many people call in work?
A
That's
lot.
I think it's the biggest call-in
I
day
think
of
it is
work.
too. I mean, and I get it. If you're in the East Coast, that sucks.
You're not going to bed. Well, we went. You're midnight.
Yeah.
You're going to bed at midnight.
Yeah.
If that, it could be later if you're partying.
Right. Because it's not like you
Yeah.
go home and go right to bed or you're
Yeah.
home and you go right to bed.
Right.
You're all hyped up and excited, and you
out
watch
west
the
here,
interviews.
it's about 7:30, 8
Yeah, it's
o'clock.
not bad for
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, but still, you're, a lot of times you're drunk,
I'm
buzzed,
usually
or
not actually.
whatever.
Usually because I have to work the next
usually
morning.
because we start the game doesn't come on to 3:15. We start eating and drinking around noon.
And then I kind of stop, and then I'm good for the rest of the night.
Right. Anyway, do you want to extend this podcast for our listeners?
Sorry if I'm trying to make this podcast fun to listen to. We're not just running through shit because you got to go watch the news or something.
You're going to take a shit. Anyway, on that note, who are we cheersing today, babe?
I think that we talked about this, and I'm having
I can tell you because I remember.
I remember one of the two.
Go ahead.
I said one of them should be cheers to all of the first responders around this country because we've had a lot of disasters that they've worked their ass off for.
I think that's just a good one. I can't remember who the other one is
I
either.
can't remember who the second one was. We had another one.
We had another
we
one.
said the Chiefs and the Eagles since the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That
Chiefs
was yours.
and the Eagles. Go ahead.
Hopefully the Super Bowl will make the country feel a little lighter.
I think people are just hoping for a really good game.
I think that is the best, a good game.
Yeah. I don't
care
really
who
about
wins.
either
I don't
teams.
either. But I
Is either
enjoy
the
it. If
teams
it's
the
a good
Cardinals?
game.
No, I don't care.
I don't pay attention that well, but when it gets exciting, I'm ooh.
To me, honestly, it's just a little funner to have the Chiefs win again.
I just want to see what Taylor's wearing.
Yeah, because if the Eagles win, no one will even watch any of the after party stuff or any of it.
Oh, right.
Because no one really cares. If the Chiefs win,
everyone cares.
they get cameras in the after party going
Well,
nuts,
true.
and everybody's dancing.
Because not only Taylor
goofing
Swift's
around.
helped that, but Brittany Mahomes has kind of become a little face of the wives.
Yeah.
So they all want to see what are they wearing? What are they doing?
Yeah, they're partying, or they're all back with a DJ. They always have
that was pretty funny.
They always have
last
David
year.
Guetta or something. They always
Did
have
you
a
hear,
huge DJ.
Travis Kelce said he's rooting for the Eagles.
Jason Kelce.
Yep, excuse me.
Well, I would think he would because that was
Yes.
his team.
Yep,
and
he's sorry, I got to go with my team.
Well, yeah, and he already lost to them once. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb. I do not think the Eagles are going to win this game.
Okay. I mean, right.
For all the football fans, let me just wrap it up real quick with this. The only thing the Chiefs need to do in their game plan is stop Saquon Barkley, one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything
What is his position?
A running back.
Okay.
And he's the top guy in the league by far and done incredible. The last game, his first carry was 70-yard touchdown.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, so the guy's a beast. And so if their game plan is to stop him, their Chiefs are good enough. Everything else will take care of itself. Their offense is good enough. Every other position is good enough. So all you do is stop that guy. If they can stop him, Saquon Barkley had 3 touchdowns last game, 4 touchdowns. They stop that guy, that's it. But that's easier said than done.
Right.
No one else has been able to stop him all year, but the Chiefs know how to game plan.
Okay, so you think the Chiefs are going to win.
I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Do you think Travis Kelce is going to retire after the Super Bowl? That's on the
I'm going to say
pop culture
I'm going to
buzz.
say no,
Okay.
because it's really hard to retire on top, and it's really hard for a boxer, a football player to leave when they're at their peak
healthy.
form. When they're
He's still healthy.
Yeah, John Elway retired at top, and so did Peyton Manning.
And they came
But they were
back.
fucking
Oh.
beat up. No, they didn't. They didn't come back, and that was a good way to retire. But they were beat up. Peyton Manning couldn't throw the ball. Yeah, Gronk is all beat up. But Travis Kelce is in good health.
Right.
It's really hard to retire when you're in good
think so.
health, because he's I got all the time in the world to be a movie star, which he's probably going to be.
Oh, yes.
And whatever he's going to do.
Well, he wanted to, funnily enough, people give him shit because he's dating Taylor Swift, but he wanted to do that before he met her.
Of course, he was on
He was
all
on
that
Saturday
shit,
Night Live and all this stuff. So he was like, this is what I wanted to do when I retire before he started, before he even knew Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so he, if he gets a couple more Super Bowls under his belt, okay, it's just going to make him more famous.
Right.
And he'll get started on that career a little bit later, when he's 36?
Trust me, they're going to cast him either way.
Either way, yeah. His brother's
He's
killing.
not going to have to work very
I wonder
hard.
if he's like, oh my God, look at Jason's doing I could be doing all. I mean, he's going to. You don't think Kelsey's going to have a talk show and all that stuff?
He was on the Ryan Murphy Grotesque.
Yeah, I know.
Teskery, whatever it was.
Right.
He's getting stuff and still just playing football.
And still playing football. So I say.
He hosted some game show.
It's another thing. It's like people say, when's Andy Reid, the coach, going to. Why would he?
Right. He's fine.
He's got the best quarterback
if his wife doesn't
ever.
want to divorce him, then go for it.
Right. And then why would you want to drop a good thing if they win again?
I mean, that's true. I agree.
I say Kelsey's, I would say he would stay in until they don't win the Super Bowl again. Maybe the next year they don't win.
He's like,
and then I'm good.
My body is starting to hurt.
I mean,
I'm good.
We don't know that he's perfectly healthy.
Oh,
he might
that's
be
true. He might wake up limping.
Yeah, you might see him in 2 years like he just has a permanent limp.
Right.
But you know what? He doesn't miss a game. His brother never missed one game in 10 years.
Oh.
I mean, if that means anything.
Right.
What that family built like a brick house?
I think they are.
I mean, they must be.
Yeah.
Like, how could you play 10 years? His
Without
brother
an
plays in the
injury.
trenches with the biggest guys.
Yes.
And Travis does too. And Travis actually runs out for passes, and so he's got double the risk.
Right.
Running out, getting your knee blown out. How do you not get a knee blown out? Think about it.
Seriously.
All these years, you never have a knee blown out?
I hope we aren't like predicting something.
Oh, I know. Hope it just happened in the Super Bowl. Sorry. Well, Gronk
If
got
we
his,
did, sorry.
Gronk got that happened like 5 times.
I know. He had so
Gronk-
many braces on.
He had like brace on
I
his
was
elbow,
amazed that
brace on his knee.
he came back because he was going to retire and he came back and played with Brady
I know.
at Tampa Bay. I was like, he's coming back?
and won a Super Bowl.
I know. So he retired on a good note as well.
right.
At the end.
So, we'll see. Yeah. But he was beat up. I mean,
He was.
he's young enough still, but he's going to have arthritis bad when he's
Right.
older. Yeah.
Yes.
So, anyway, I wish him all the
right.
best.
Yeah. We'll
I
see
have
what
no
happens.
hard feelings on
Oh,
any
we'll
of them.
probably podcast before the Super Bowl, huh?
We will, but it won't air till after.
Right. So we won't
But we
know.
have a guest too. So,
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
yeah, next week's guest will be Lauren from Juicy Tits. Hopefully, she doesn't cancel out. I'm going to email her today. Make sure we're all good.
Yeah. Get the scoop
And,
on Juicy
It'll
Tits.
be via Zoom, so we'll have like on the YouTube, we'll have a split screen, her and us.
Okay, great.
Already went over this. It'd be cool. We'll just have the computer on the desk here and talk to her.
Oh, okay, great.
So we can see her when we talk to her.
Oh, fun.
Or we just have her like, hey, make a drink. Let's watch you make a drink or something. Pound it.
Pound it.
Pound it.
She's like, I got plans. Later.
Maybe we should say we'll take a shot with her, but
Oh, boy.
we'll just put water in the bottle.
We'll fake it.
We'll fake it.
So bad.
Subscribe or follow us, and wherever you get your podcasts, or just go to our website at lifewitheric.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and a closer look into My Life with Eric. To all of our listeners out there, remember, it's always happy hour here.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Love you, baby.
Love you, baby.
That sounded good.
Oh, boy. Not nasally. Sound like your mom. Just joking.
Your mom.